All right, hey there everyone. This is Miss Reniker, and I hope that you all are doing well and staying safe. Our first lesson today is going to be about homonyms, okay? It's going to be a language lesson, and we're going to talk a little bit about what homonyms are and what the different types that we can see might be. So, let's go ahead, and we're going to figure out what even are homonyms. Okay, so homonyms are words that are pronounced the same but have different meanings. Okay, so when you say them, they sound the same, but the meanings are different. You got to use the context clues to figure out what exactly that word is talking about. So there are two different types of homonyms. We have homographs, which are words that are spelled the same but have different meanings. And then we have homophones, which are words that sound the same but are spelled differently and then also have different meanings. Okay, so the main difference here is that we have homographs with the same spelling and homophones, which have different spellings. Okay, both of them sound alike, both of them have different meanings, but homographs are spelled the same, homophones are not. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some examples of each. Okay, like I just said, homographs are going to be those words that are spelled the same but have different meanings. So I'm going to give us an example. I'm going to use the word bat. Okay, so we have one type of bat, that's this furry little flying creature. Okay, and a sentence for that might be, the bat flew away in the dark night. Okay, then we can have a different type of bat, a baseball bat, right? So an example sentence for that would be, the player swung the bat and sent the ball soaring. So if we look at our two sentences, both bats are spelled the same, but they have very different meanings based on the sentence that we use them in. Okay, so they sound the same, they're spelled the same, but those meanings are going to be totally different. Okay, now let's go ahead and look at what homophones are. Okay, so like I said earlier, homophones are those words that sound the same, but they're spelled differently. Okay, so we're going to use the word sun. One example of a sun is that blazing ball in the sky, right? It lights up the day, rises in the morning, sets in the evening. Okay, so an example sentence would be, the sun was shining brightly that day, spelled S-U-N. But there's another type of sun, right? A male child. Okay, it's spelled S-O-N. Okay, so in this sentence we have, the father played soccer with his son. Okay, so if we compare the two sentences, we see how they're spelled differently, how they have different meanings, but when we say them to our ears, they sound the same. Okay, so that's going to be your homophones. Both homophones and homographs, though, fit under this bigger category of homonyms. Okay, homonyms are just words that sound the same. Okay, so a couple more examples of what that would look like. Some more examples of homonyms that you might see in reading and writing. One example would be mean. My brother didn't mean to sound so mean on the phone. That first mean is like he wasn't trying to, he didn't, that wasn't his goal. Whereas the second mean there means like harsh or rude, right? Another example of homophones, so those words that are spelled differently but sound the same, would be, my family traveled to the beach so that we could see the sea. That first see there would be to view, to see something with your eyes, whereas the second see would be a big body of water, kind of like an ocean, right? So all of those are going to fall under the example of homonyms. So if you have an activity that asks you to list homonyms, you are just looking for words that sound the same, okay, that sound the same when you pronounce them. So that'd be mean, bat, sea, sun. Okay, those would all be examples of homonyms. Okay, if you have any other questions on this activity, you can reach out to me, you can comment below. Let me know what you guys have questions on with this lesson. Okay, and I hope that you have a great day and that you are staying safe.